What is up, guys and gals? Raziel here again with some more opinions for you. And today I want to talk about something that's really been on my mind lately, and something that's kind of come up, and I've noticed mainly since kind of getting some popularity on YouTube. I want to thank everybody for the awesome amount of support so far, and I'll keep making videos as long as people are interested in watching them. But what I want to talk about today is probably one of the single most destructive things in the gaming industry today. Even more so than blood-sucking, shameless corporations that would slit their own grandmother's throats for a nickel. I'm talking about fanboyism, fanboys, fangirls in general. So, let's fucking roll.
Brethren, I am Raziel.
Alright, let me start this out by saying, like, if you're a gamer or just interested in anything at all in your life, chances are you've encountered a fanboy or a fangirl. Maybe you've been on, maybe you've even been one yourself. I mean, don't worry though, people can change, and it's never too late to get a company's cock out of your mouth and rectum and then return to being an objective, rational human being. Don't lose hope. There is a chance for you still. Okay? Now, fanboys, I mean, you can find them everywhere, from sports teams, film studios, automobile manufacturers, and of course, in no small amount, the video game industry. Now, it's my observational opinion that the most rampant and unreasonable fanboys and fangirls can generally be found in the video game and comic book, superhero industries. It seems to be the most rampant. Now, spotting a fanboy isn't fucking hard, okay? It's an easy task. In fact, studies have shown that fanboyism is directly linked to prepubescence, inner anger issues, due to lack of love from a parental figure or figures, and above all, illiteracy and low IQ. There's science, look it up. But a fanboy usually reacts to an opinion about something they are a fanboy of. With hostility, they almost instantly resort to name-calling, mass amounts of assumptions, elitism, and with no hard evidence or facts to back up their claims, or really, facts but then blown way out of proportion and exaggerated. All by saying that everything they say is 100% true, and there's no talking them out of it. If you're confused, here's a brief example of what a typical conversation might sound and look like involving a fanboy or a fangirl. The gamer will say, I don't like insert game name here anymore. After playing it for over a decade, I feel that company inserted here has gone in the wrong direction. The RNG is shit, and it ruins the game for me. It's not what it used to be. I don't get enjoyment out of it anymore. But I am really enjoying, and I like insert game name here better than the game I don't like to play anymore. And then the fanboy would reply with, "You're such an insufferable faggot. How could anyone be subbed to your channel? ! !1. You are a filthy casual who has probably never played," insert game title here, "before. Get good, you virgin. Get good and stop complaining." And now, you can see that the first thing that the fanboy usually does is call you a name right out of the gate. No counter argument, not even an opinion, just a bunch of incoherent dribbles spewed out of their mouths like a 49-year-old obese neckbeard with leaky gut syndrome. I mean, and in this case, the example I just laid out for you, as in with most cases, the fanboy goes immediately to their number one insult, the word faggot. A term that most adults haven't used as an insult since junior high school, I think. It is the fanboy's go-to insult, though, with virgin being a close second. Also note that the fanboy instantly makes assumptions about what games you do or do not play, what your skill level at said game is, and how much time you spend playing said game, all from seeing B-roll footage from your YouTube video or from a comment you may have made about a game. All of this is, of course, it is not based in any factual evidence or knowledge on their part, because how could they have knowledge? They don't even know who you are. But instead of countering your argument and explaining their side, they just call you a faggot and a virgin, and you have no skill and probably suck at the game, and that you should, learn how to play, that kind of bullshit. Now, trying to debate any fanboy is it's a futile effort, okay? And quite frankly, if you regularly breathe, primarily through your nasal cavity, it wouldn't even be fair to fight against them. I mean, you just can't produce an argument against them because, arguments require opposing points of view that debate each other and question each other whilst backing up their individual points of view with facts and observations that both can see. Fanboys are incapable of this type of interaction. Debating with a fanboy would be like the valedictorian of a prestigious university. Trying to discuss ethics and statistics to a 6-year-old kid with Tourette's syndrome and Down syndrome. So, yeah, just don't waste your time trying to debate a fanboy. Delete comment, ignore comment, whatever you want to do, and move on with your life. But this leads me to the core of why I decided to make a video on this topic. I know I said my next video would be another continuation of my Blizzard versus Square Enix. That is coming. It's just I got slammed earlier in the week. My car died. It's in the shop. All kinds of shit. So I wasn't able to get all that stuff together, but it is coming. Anyway, fanboyism is toxic to the gaming industry. As much as we rant, as gamers rant about gaming companies, companies' development teams, investors, their advertising, any shady practice they might do, dumbing down games that we liked, filling games with microtransactions and terribly fucking just poorly made DLCs. People kind of fail to recognize that it's actually fans and fanboys that are the sole reason that these practices are even possible in the first place. It's the gamer that will pre-order every Blizzard or Call of Duty, Activision, or Bungie game that allows these companies to thrive. Fanboyism only benefits huge soulless companies and nobody else. It doesn't even benefit the fanboy. In fact, it hurts them. I simply don't know why some people are willing to become sheep and fucking bow down and worship and empty their wallets regularly to companies that couldn't give less of a shit about them. Did Activision Blizzard send you a get well card when you were sick in the hospital? Did EA send their condolences when you posted on your Facebook page that your obese father passed away from diabetes? Did Bungie send you a card with a check for $12 in it signed by your grandmother and the CEO of Bungie on your birthday? No! Then why the fuck are you so loyal to them? I just don't understand it. If anything, the company should be loyal to you, to us, to the community, to the gamers. The consumer. Why? Because your entire relationship with any video game company is you giving them your money that you earned for a product that isn't guaranteed to be fun, to be complete, to be functional, or even last very long. But every time you buy a game, it's a gamble. And back in the day, the 90s, when the major games were all on Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all those old consoles, even computer games, there was no internet, so it was the games would have to come out, be reviewed, and then the reviews would come out in magazines, and you had to have a subscription to a magazine, and then you could read if it was worth shit or not. A lot of times if it was a decent game before you bought it, but even then, the games couldn't get patched, and anything like that. So companies lived and died by their quality control, by their how good their game was. because they couldn't fix it later. They couldn't release an unfinished product and then add on to it later. You got what you got. But now the industry's devolved to the point where gamers are now paying companies to test their games for them. I mean, go look at Steam. If you have a Steam account, I mean, how many of these early access bullshit games are there out there right now? Like, probably more than half of the games on Steam. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Gaming companies at this point are able to lay off probably 90% of their QA teams because gamers are just going to pay them to test their shitty, buggy games, unfinished products for years. Pay them to test the game when in the past it was the company paying people to test their game. Then it went to, hey, we'll let you test it for free. And now it's, hey, pay us and you can test our game for us. I mean, what a bunch of fucking horse shit. Right? But not only that, fanboys have such a Nazi-esque, foundationless loyalty to these companies that are repeatedly fucking them in the ass over and over again for profit. They'll defend these companies to the death and that act like that company can do no wrong. The White Knights of insert any game company or game title here. If any of you watching this video are fanboys, please, it's not too late to get the help you need. I mean, here we go. I'm going to do this for you. Follow these simple steps, and soon you too can start to think for yourself. Step 1. Make sure you wear thick pants and a tight belt. This will make it harder for a company to rape your ass. Step 2. Be objective. Consider the possibility that a game you have been playing might be shit. Close your eyes and reconnect with your own mind and inner senses. Are you actually enjoying the game you're playing? Or just killing time out of obligation? If you don't enjoy it, stop. Step 3. Don't pre-order games. Just fucking stop. Stop giving money for a product that doesn't exist yet and hasn't been played or reviewed. It's just stupidity to give a company money based on the merits of previous games, or even worse, out of hope that the new game won't be as shitty as the last one. Step 4. Take the name of the company that is plastered on the box with a grain of salt. If a company has made great games before, don't assume this one is good just because it has the company's name on it. Take each game and judge it by its own merits. Step 5. Be extra careful when considering expansion packs or sequels, as many times the company is just trying to profit off the success of its predecessor. Step 6. Learn to develop your own thoughts and opinions about products. Step 7. Go to school and get an education. Step 8. Look to rely on yourself and become independent. Move out of your parents' house if you are of the appropriate age. Step 9. Remember that the word faggot is not a funny, clever, or original way to insult someone. It only indicates your own lack of intelligence and your high level of juvenile ignorance. Step 10. Don't call your opinions or assumptions facts. Step 11. Remember that all companies are businesses. They don't give a fuck about you and wouldn't care if you died horrifically tomorrow. Even though you have paid them thousands of dollars over a decade or more and have purchased every product they have ever made, and trolled every YouTuber who criticized the product, yes, they don't even notice you. They don't give a shit about you, and never have and never will. You are a number and a money figure to them. Step 12. Go fuck yourself. Well guys, that about sums it up for this video, and to be honest, nothing makes me laugh harder, but at the same time makes me feel so sad as to when I see fanboys loyal to specific games or companies for no reason or gain to themselves. I mean, in fact, it's a detriment to themselves and the industry as a whole, as I've said before. Just remember to be objective. If something sucks, call it out and back up why you feel the way that you do about it. I mean, my channel will always be from my perspective and point of view, which may not be yours. And you don't have to like it or agree with me. But remember, please remember, I don't give a shit whether you do or don't. If we as gamers want the industry to be better and for companies to develop higher quality products, we have to vote with our wallets, as that's the only thing businesses will ever understand. So anyway guys, if you liked the video, subscribe, share, like, follow me on Shitter, all the regular stuff. And if you didn't, well, we all know that you were probably furiously typing about it no more than a minute and a half into the video anyway. In fact, you probably didn't even get to this part of the video, so dislike if you want, flame me if you want, I don't care. Provide me with some tears that I can feast upon, but don't forget to go 69 a rabid grizzly bear first. This has been Raziel. More content on the way as soon as possible, guys and gals. Keep it real.